Good day to you. This is Seamus Gillen, Associate Director of Admissions, Class of 96. I serve as the coordinator of our alumni recruitment effort. It's a wonderful program for our alumni to participate in the recruitment of future cadets. We appreciate all of the veteran CARs who work for the Citadel, and we're excited about those who are joining our ranks. We're getting ready to kick off our accepted candidate call campaign, and this video is aimed at trying to deliver some messaging on best practices and how it's going to work this year. The mission of these calls to all of our accepted students at this juncture in the admission cycle, which effectively is February all the way through Core Day weekend, March 20th, roughly. That 45-day plus window is aimed at making and executing these calls across all 50 states, or most of them, to these candidates. And the mission will be to congratulate them, encourage them to visit via an overnight visit if they've not already done so. We're also going to be capturing how they rank the Citadel against peer institutions they're considering. And all of that information is useful. It's impactful. This is, again, a soft window before financial aid really has a hold of the dialogue in most families. So we're working to build value. We're working to build connection to our alumni network, which is amazing. The CARs are a perfect vehicle to do this. And we'll be, again, using scripts for the nature of each call, starting with the candidate calls. Most 16 to 18-year-old students do not pick up their cell phones when they see a number they don't recognize. So it starts with a voicemail script that we have. If they do pick up, there's a separate script for that conversation. For most of the calls, they will not pick up, and you'll leave a voicemail. And in those instances, you'll pivot immediately to the parent who's first listed in the application. And that individual will receive also a scripted call that backs up the same ideas. And you still have opportunity to capture this. Now, the capturing of this information will be done, and the call management will be done from what we're calling a call sheet. This is a Google document that is live, and being that anytime you make changes to this document, it is universally new with those changes, meaning you don't have to hit file and save as or save. It automatically in real time saves. So I can see as you're doing calls, I could monitor and see those calls come in. I'm going to demonstrate what these call sheets look like so you understand how they will work. And that will be helpful to you in executing these calls. So let's take a quick look at what these will look like. Okay, so let's see here. So we're going to add this to the stream. As you can see on the top up here, this is an example. This would be to Athena, who lives in Alabama, If I had conducted these calls and she answered, I would indicate on the drop-down menu right here. You click that, you'll see a drop-down for answered, or voicemail, or no success. Sometimes people don't set up voicemail. We want to know that. The rank, the interest level was captured in this call. We were her first choice, which is outstanding. The next one went to a voicemail. So again, we would pivot to the first parent that's listed over here. The phone number is active right there. And then you would follow up with the same exact procedure. And again, there are scripts for each of these call types. So regarding whether they pick up or not, there's a specific script that's tailored a little bit towards that. The scripts help us keep a uniform message in all of these calls that we're executing to the thousands that we have in the accepted pool right now. So this is important that we have a uniform message. In addition to the scripts, there's an addendum to that document that has your scripts, that has resource information. And I'm going to go ahead and try to showcase what this document looks like, this reference sheet that has your scripts and has some additional information. I think that'll be helpful for you understanding. This is something you'll want to print out ahead of time and just have next to you. And again, with conducting these, my high recommendation is that you try to do this on a desktop or a laptop at a minimum with a relatively large screen. It'll make life easier for you to execute these calls, to use either a desktop or a laptop and not an iPad or even a phone. Not ideal. So do what you can to find a desktop or laptop when you're executing the calls. But you will want to print out this reference doc that I'm going to showcase now. And on your laptop, you would have that call sheet, that Google document. Again, that will come via a URL, a link in an email with the reference document I'm showing you right now as an attachment. So let's take a look and see what this looks like. Okay, so we're going to present. Let's see if I can find this document. Reference sheet. Okay, there it is. Okay, so let's get back here. So now we're taking a look at what this reference sheet looks like. And this again would have 4 scenarios. You don't see you only see one script, but there'll be 4 scripts on the document. I can't move it on this screen right here. So you're seeing one example of the 4 scripts that we've got for the scenarios. But in addition, there's some return on investment information in during the course of the conversation. If something, there's a question that touches on an area that we have discernible value that we can talk about, that you can find that in this orange section that'll be below, obviously, in the document. This is important. This is really what I wanted to showcase as well. In addition to the scripts, this is a key piece. Many of the students that you'll be engaging will be, not many, but a good number will be pursuing ROTC scholarships and in the waiting period, or might have some questions as they're waiting for results. And these are the individuals in each of the 4 service branches that will be able to directly answer those questions relative to those ROTC scholarships. In addition, you're probably going to have folks that might raise a question about financial aid or transferable credits. There's contact information for the financial aid office and the registrar's office right here. And if you're looking to try to find who an assigned counselor is, you can find them via this link in admissions. That's helpful because we're geographically assigned. So again, this document is something you would print out and have at the ready next to you. You would have your call sheets on your laptop or desktop at the ready, and you will input them directly. And again, with that Google document, you're just literally making those changes on how we rank and the call status, and that's it. You'll put your name on the CAR section so we know who completed the calls. And last but not least, on that document, on that call sheet, on the far right, there are notes that you can write if there's specific information you think that might be useful to either financial aid or admissions. That's information you can put down in that notes section far right in those columns. So again, this is what we're after right now. The goal is to kick this off now and to move into active calling in the next 6 weeks roughly, to try to execute all the calls we need to get all the accepted candidates called. It's a very important window before financial aid really plays a huge role in decisions, and we're trying to make sure that people have had a visit, an overnight visit, ideally to campus, and that we're hitting all the points. But part of that is the Alumni Support Network. So appreciate what all of our alumni recruiters are doing out there in the field. And again, we appreciate your interest in participating in the Accepted Candidate Call campaign, spring 2023. We appreciate that very much. Have a great day. Go Bulldogs.